The time for meditation has arrived. Everyone gathers to hear its sound, and we take a moment to settle our minds and be present. Zen Master Linji nodded thoughtfully and continued walking with his students. As they journeyed further, they came to a serene riverbank where the soft rush of water accompanied the gentle sounds of nature. There, the Zen Master sat down on a smooth stone, inviting his students to join him. After a brief silence, Zen Master Linji spoke. The monk at the monastery said the bell is a call to meditation. However, I ask you, what does the bell represent in your own life? The students crinkled their brows in deep contemplation, each searching for an answer. One student, eager to impress, raised his hand and confidently stated, "Master, it symbolizes the beginning of our practice. When we hear the bell, it tells us to stop our distractions and to focus." Zen Master Linji smiled gently but raised an eyebrow. Yes, that may be one way to interpret it, but reflect deeper. The bell's sound can be fleeting, just like our thoughts. Another student chimed in, "So, Master, does it mean that we should not only heed the bell when it rings but also seek to hear the sounds of nature, life, and our own hearts regularly?" "Precisely," Zen Master Linji exclaimed. "Daily life often drowns out the quiet whispers of the universe." The sun began to set. Its golden rays danced across the surface of the river. Enveloped in the beauty of twilight and Linji's insightful words, the students felt a deep shift emerging, a growth of understanding. One of the students, an earnest and introspective soul named Yao, asked, "Master, you speak of awareness and presence, but how can we cultivate it in our daily lives?" Zen Master Linji regarded Yao with a serene gaze. "Consider the bell once more. Just as it calls for the gathering of minds, we too must call ourselves back to presence." As twilight deepened, the students sat in a circle around their master, sharing thoughts on what their personal bell might be. Some spoke of the sounds of laughter from children, others of the rustle of leaves in the wind, and some even mentioned the steady rhythm of their heartbeat. Everything carries a sound, Zen Master Linji reflected, but you must listen closely, make the effort to perceive the harmonious undercurrents of your world. The conversation flowed like the river beside them, rich and abstract, nurturing and fluid. Time passed, yet students felt as though time stopped in the peace of the moment. As darkness enveloped them, the Zen Master ultimately stood. "Our journey continues. Let us return to the monastery and practice listening to the bell, for as much as we need to cultivate our practice, we must first learn to hear." As they walked back, a sudden storm broke through the twilight, dark clouds swirling overhead and thunder echoing like the bell's deep toll. Rain began to pour heavily. The students scurried for cover, but Zen Master Linji stood still, letting the rain drench him. "Master!" cried Yao, bewildered. "Aren't you afraid of getting soaked?" "You misunderstand, my dear student," the master replied calmly, arms spread wide, a gentle smile on his face. "This rain, like the bell, is a call to presence. Embrace it. Feel each drop as an invitation to immerse yourself in the now." With astonished hearts, the students watched the master, and one by one, they let the rain wash over them. They felt the cold droplets contrast with the warmth of their skin, the splatter against the ground merging with the drumbeat of their hearts. After a while, they all gathered again, laughter breaking the seriousness of the storm. "It is not just the bell that calls," Zen Master Linji said, his eyes sparkling as rivulets of water cascaded down his face. As they arrived at the monastery, the once distant bell rang out. The tone echoed through the air, washing over the students like the rain before. This time, as they sat in their meditation, their experiences shifted within them. They brought the sound of the bell into their practice, melding it with the sensations of the storm. Days turned into weeks, and weeks into months, yet the memory of that lesson, the sound of the bell and the rain, remained fresh. In time, they transformed their own lives by cultivating their fields, harvesting not merely crops but moments of genuine presence, joy, and purpose through their awareness. Years later, Zen Master Linji reflected upon his students, who had become teachers themselves. With a twinkle in his eye, he often reminded them, "Remember, dear ones, the bell is not merely a sound. It is a way of life." In that way, the lesson lingered, sowing the seeds of enlightenment in hearts as they rippled through generations. The meaning of life, You can think of it as a call for presence. It whispers through the wind, it echoes in laughter, and it speaks through everything that we encounter. As you go forth, remember that self-improvement, much like meditation, is not a destination to reach. It is a practice to embody, a perspective to nurture. Let this story guide you on your path, encouraging you to embrace moments, listen earnestly, and cultivate the art of being present in each passing moment.